Good morning, everybody. This is Barry Fair on the 29th of September here. And welcome along to you. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday morning here, wherever you may be waking up on the northern beaches, the southern beaches, on the north coast and the south coast, and up as far as Lismore, folks. And you know where I bring the show to you. Well, today I'd like to talk about fire safety and what to do in a fire and all that in preparation for the bushfire season. Now, earlier on I brought a bushfire video to you, and idiots deliberately lighting bushfires. And I think that is absolutely disgraceful. But enough of the negativity now. If there is a fire in your house and the smoke alarm goes off, get out of there quickly. Make sure you've got all your possessions ready to go with you, and as soon as that fire alarm goes off, it is time for you and your family to evacuate. Also, change your battery in the smoke alarm, as daylight saving is coming up too, which I will talk about today also on the show. Having a good fire alarm system in your home is very important, and you must remember, guys, to check your fire alarm system and check the smoke alarm as well. With the bushfire season well up on us now, please don't be an idiot and light bushfires. I have said this many times on my YouTube videos before, and idiots that deliberately light normal fires and bushfires should be dealt with severely, because people have their homes, their livestock, their cars and their possessions, and idiots that destroy people's homes and the bush should be well punished. And I've said that in the Facebook message also. So, if there is a total fire ban, guys, please do not light a fire, and listen to the radio reports as well and television reports, because if you're planning to have a barbecue, you will have to make the alternate arrangements. It is very thoughtless and disrespectful for idiots to go around lighting fires and bushfires. Well, it's the same thing. And later on today, I will be telling you about how a fire station works. And I am going to a fire station this coming Wednesday, in fact. So I will tell you about that also later in the show, on the show today. So right now, I'm about to tell you how a triple O call works with the fire brigade. But before I do that, just reminding you people that on Saturday night, Don't forget to switch your clock for 1 hour before going to bed on Saturday night after you've had a night out drinking, eating, partying, whatever you do on a Saturday night. So sit back, grab yourself a cuppa and some breakfast, because this show is far from over. It's nearly 25 past 9 here on this Sunday morning. Thank you for waking up with me. How a fire station works. A fire station is where firemen go and a fire truck is based. And the nearest fire station that I will be visiting on Wednesday will be the Dee Fire Station. Now, how does a call come to the fire station on 000, I hear you ask? Well, you dial 000 and ask for the fire brigade. And you tell them where the fire is and what's on fire, and the address of the fire, and the business and what is on fire, like I've mentioned. The fire alarm will go, the alarm will go off in the fire station, and the fireman will get down the pole, which is in the fire station, and get in their trucks and go to wherever the fire is. When you tell 000 where the fire is, you must always give precise information of what is on fire, where the fire is. For example, Warringah Mall Shopping Centre, or McDonald's in Mitchell Road, Brookvale, or a treatment plant, anywhere. And you must give your phone number in case the fire service need to call you back. And remember, stay calm when you are on the phone to 000 and do not hang up. Often we hear about fires on the news and on the radio and on the television. Sometimes fires are deliberately lit, and a person that deliberately lights bushfires and a normal fire is called an arsonist. On the 2nd of March 1999, the electorate office of Tony Abbott was firebombed, and this happened in 1999. And arsonists threw petrol around his office and smashed the windows, and that happened just before 1 o'clock in the morning there. So very despicable indeed. So when firefighters get to what's on fire, they would sometimes have to speak to the media, or the media has to ask the firefighters what has happened and how the fire started. Sometimes fires are started by an arsonist or an electrical fault. At the end of 2007, the Spastic Center head office, as it was called back then, was gutted by fire. This happened just before Christmas on the 16th of December 2007, and the fire caused $10 million worth of damage. The fire happened in the early hours of Sunday morning, the 16th of December 2007. After the fire has been extinguished, fire investigation teams work through to find out what started the fire and where the fire started in the first place. Sometimes television stations and newspapers, they cover the story and you hear about them on the radio, on the TV, and on the in the newspaper. And that's the story of how a fire station works. And firemen have to have enough gear in their fire trucks to put the fire out and to make sure that their fire truck is in good condition before they go to a fire. Making false 000 calls to the fire brigade can make the fire brigade very angry because it can stop them from going to a real emergency. So, guys, the message that I always bring up at the end of each video, please do not make a hoax call to the fire brigade, because they will not be happy because you've taken them away from a real emergency. A fireman wears a fire hat and a uniform and boots. And in the fire truck, they have a radio so that the base can call them to tell them that they've got another job. The job is urgent. The fireman trucks have to have their sirens on so that they can warn motorists that they are coming through. So, guys, what else is a fire truck used for? It is used to cut people out of vehicles, and this is called the jaws of life. Sometimes you see a fire and rescue truck on the way to a motor vehicle accident. So that's not what else the fire brigade does. They put foam on the road to clean up petrol that has been spilt following a fuel leak from someone's car. So the fire brigade do a wonderful job in that instance. And like I said, on Wednesday, I'm going to the White Fire Station to have a look at their vehicle and see how their station works. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe you'll see me dressed in a fireman's jacket and wearing a fireman's hat. You never know. Stay tuned for this video. before I do go today, I've got a big show coming up for you today, and just a reminder, the NRL Grand Final is on next Sunday night. Who will you be going for? Let me know down below. Let me know on my Facebook page. And let me know on the YouTube channel. But don't go away because I've got plenty more coming up on the show today. So a triple Sunday show coming your way today on this Sunday, the 29th of September. Thanks for joining me here. I'm Barry Fear.